All right, guys, now we are doing unit circle. We've done so much unit circle, so much. But that's just because it is very, very important. So, big things about the unit circle. It's centered at 0, 0. It has the radius is 1, okay? The equation of this unit circle is x squared plus y squared equals 1. That's the equation of a circle. The equation of a circle is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. hk is the center, and r is the radius. Okay, so right here, if we have x squared plus y squared equals 1, the center's at 0, 0, and the radius is 1. Okay, if P is any point on the unit circle such that OP makes an angle theta measured anti-clockwise from the positive x-axis, okay, the cosine theta is the x-coordinate, and the sine theta is the y-coordinate. Okay, and you know that from your unit circle, when you do your unit circle, the sine of theta is the y value, cosine of theta is the x value, tangent of theta is the y divided by the x value. Okay, so this one right there is still going to be the exact same thing. This is our angle, even though we use what we call a reference angle. That reference angle, say, is negative 30 degrees, has the exact same coordinates as negative 300 or positive 330. So this is still cosine of theta, sine of theta. Okay, for any angle theta, the cosine of theta is less than or equal to 1 and greater than or equal to negative 1. It can never be anything bigger. Same with sine of theta, negative 1 and 1. Okay, cosine squared plus sine squared. This is going to be one of your most important things you learn this chapter. Cosine squared plus sine squared equals 1. Okay, always. If this angle is the same, the cosine squared plus sine squared equals 1. All right, so because we've done this so many times, we're just going to do this really quick. Sine of theta is y, cosine of theta is x, tangent of theta is y divided by x. Cosecant of theta is 1 over sine theta. And I don't even think you need to know this, but I'm going to tell you guys anyways. Secant theta is 1 over cosine theta, and cotangent is theta 1 over tangent theta. So cosecant theta, this will help you guys if you guys take any math in university. Cosecant of theta is 1 over y. Secant of theta is 1 over x. Cotangent of theta is x over y. This is our all students take calculus. That's the way we remember this. Okay, and this tells us trig positive. Okay, which trig functions are positive? So in this one, all of them are positive. This one, the sine is positive. This one, the tangent is positive. And this one is the cosine is positive. That means all the other trig functions in there, not these ones, sorry, not those ones, but sine, cosine. So here, cosine is negative, tangent is negative. Here, sine is negative, cosine is negative. And here, sine is negative and tangent is negative. Okay? Everything you need to know is this first quadrant. Okay? Remember, in this quadrant, all the coordinates are positive, positive. This quadrant, all the coordinates are negative, positive. This is negative, negative. And this is positive, negative. Okay? So we've got this point, which is 1, 0. This point, remember this triangle. Okay. So we got to put in our radians and our degrees. So I'll start with my degrees first. 30 degrees, 60 degrees, 90 degrees. This one's 45 degrees. 30 degrees is pi over 6. 45 is pi over 4. 60 is pi over 3. And remember, I'm not even doing this right, sorry. If we start this over, this is pi over 6, 2 pi over 6, which simplifies to pi over 3, 3 pi over 6, which simplifies to pi over 2. Okay, this is 30 degrees, 60 degrees, 90 degrees. This is 45 degrees, which is pi over 4. The coordinates of this one is root 3 over 2, 1/2, root 2 over 2, root 2 over 2. Okay, every single coordinate is going to be one of these 5 numbers, or they're positive or negatives. 1, 0, root 3 over 2, 1/2, or root 2 over 2. If you can remember those 5 numbers, you've got the unit circle down, as long as you can remember this pattern. 60 degrees just flips this, and this becomes 1/2 root 3 over 2. And this one's 0, 1. Okay, and if you remember all that, you can do all the quadrants. If we go over here, this one right here, so pi over 6, 2 pi over 6, 3 pi over 6, 4 pi over 6 is 2 pi over 3, 5 pi over 6, and then 6 pi over 6 is pi. You got to get good at doing this. I'll put a link for a unit circle contest. Do this over and over and over again until you have this thing memorized. So then this one is just this point, but negative 1/2 root 3 over 2. This one is pi over 4, 2 pi over 4, 3 pi over 4. This one's negative root 2 over 2, root 2 over 2. This one's negative root 3 over 2, 1/2. And this is negative 1, 0. All right, so yeah. So, and then it would do the same exact thing here. Remember, these are negative, positive, negative, negative, positive, negative. Okay, state the exact coordinates of P and Q in terms of sine and cosine. So exact means don't plug this into the calculator and give me an approximation. This is going to be the cosine is the x value, cosine of 157, the sine of 157. Okay, this one right here is either going to be the cosine of negative 72, comma the sine of negative 72. But if we wanted to do it all positive, we could write this as cosine. What's 360 minus 72? Wow, 288. Yeah, 288. 360 minus 72 gives us 288. Sine of 288. Okay, so where you get really good at this is theta plus 360 degrees plus or minus 360 degrees times any integer. We'll call them x. We call these coterminal. Okay, so if I have an angle right here on this unit circle, let's say it's right here. If I was to add 360, I'd get back at the same exact spot. If I was to add 720, I'd go around twice, but I would still get back to the exact same spot. If I was to subtract 360, I'd get back to the same spot. So angles like 288 and negative 72, they're called coterminal. They have the exact same measures. All right. Find the exact value of sine of A, cosine of A, and tangent A for A equals 3 pi over 4. So sine of 3 pi over 4, cosine of 3 pi over 4, and tangent of 3 pi over 4. Okay, so this is without using a calculator. So we go here, we're going to do pi over 4s. So we got 1 pi over 4, 2 pi over 4, 3 pi over 4. Here's 3 pi over 4. This one was root 2 over 2, root 2 over 2. This is negative root 2 over 2, root 2 over 2. So sine of 3 pi over 4 is root 2 over 2. Cosine of 3 pi over 4 is negative root 2 over 2. And tangent of 3 pi over 4 is this over this, which is just negative 1. Okay, 4 pi over 3. 1 pi over 6. 2 pi over 6, which is pi over 3. 3 pi over 6, which is pi over 2. 4 pi over 6, 5 pi over 6, 6 pi over 6, 7 pi over 6, 8 pi over 6. So what I'm doing is I'm doing this as 8 pi over 6. So this is going to be our angle right here. Okay, that's the same as this one, and this one. All right, so we go, this one is 1/2 negative root 3 over 2. So this one's going to be negative 1/2 root 3 over 2. That would make this one negative 1/2 negative root 3 over 2. Okay, so the sine of 4 pi over 3 equals negative root 3 over 2. The cosine of 4 pi over 3 is equal to negative 1/2. And the tangent of 4 pi over 3 is negative root 3 over 2 divided by negative 1/2. The halves cancel out, we get a positive number, so it's going to be root 3. All right, you, without using a calculator, show that 8 sine of pi over 3 times cosine of 5 pi over 6 is negative 6. Okay, whenever it says show that, you have to work from the LHS. This is left-hand side, so we got to work from here. So pi over 3 is this one right here. So the sine of pi over 3 is root 3 over 2. 8 times root 3 over 2. 5 pi over 6 is this one right here. So that's going to be negative root 3 over 2 1/2. So cosine of 5 pi over 6 is negative root 3 over 2. Okay, root 3 times root 3 is 3. So we get negative 3 over 4 times 8, which gives us negative 6. And we just showed it. That's what you do. Okay, find all angles between 0 and 2 pi with a cosine of 1/2. Okay, so remember, all students take calculus. Okay, between 0 and 2 pi, the cosine is positive here and here. So we've got to find when cosine, so we use all our knowledge, cosine of theta is the x value. So we got to find when the x value is 1/2. That's going to be here. So this is what, pi over 3. So pi over 6, 2 pi over 6, 3 pi over 6, 4 pi over 6, 5 pi over 6, 6 pi over 6, 7 pi over 6, 8 pi over 6, 9 pi over 6, 10 pi over 6, which is 5 pi over 3. And there's our two answers. So when theta equals pi over 3 or 5 pi over 3, the cosine of theta equals 1/2. All right, find the exact value.